Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Japanese-born pianist, composer, producer, actor, singer, and songwriter, the great Senri Oe. We talked to him about a tragedy that turned into his brilliant 2020 CD called Hmmm during the mid-May 2020 coronavirus quarantine that has silenced jazz around the world. He is well known for his pop music career in the 80s and 90s era Japanese pop music scene, but jazz has always held sway over him. He's a huge talent with wonderful insight, so please get to know him and dig this interview, my friends.
Well, hey, thank you for taking some time out during a very strange time on the planet.
Thank you. Yeah, I just feel happy and honored to be a part of your program. Thank you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed your latest album, and I had a lot of time with this album, and it has to be strange to have such a great album out that people can have probably more time to listen to, but you can't perform anything live right now. How do you feel about that?
Oh, thank you so much. And the album was coincidentally happened to in the studio. Actually, just before the recording, my dad passed away. So I had to back and forth so often between Japan, my country, and America. Just before, but after back to America, just before the recording start, my dad passed away. I got a call from my younger sister. So I was not in the mood to creating anything, actually. But I think I'm doing making music for a long time in Japan as well. This is very bad timing for start recording. But trio already, Arihonic, Matt Closey already ready. So, okay, I have to flip this reality. Life is always, not beautiful, but, sometimes not beautiful. So, but timing, this kind of things happen to me. But, maybe this is, I can do flip everything. So that's why I came into the studio. That everybody knows what happened to me. So we just, without saying anything, counting off. The studio actually locked out, whole day. But, we started just 1 p.m. Around 6 p.m. we did everything.
Wow.
So the miracle happened. Yeah. So that's why I put the title, life is just like a roller coaster, non-stop. Go, but, wait. I need pause a second because I need a fresh air. But, yeah, I don't want to, get off the roller coaster. The life is going, show must go on. So, yeah, that's a very interesting, curious time for me to think about what life is.
So your career started off in the pop realm. How did you cross over into jazz?
Actually, since when I was 15-year-old boy, I have been a very big fan of jazz. So after my debut as a pop singer-songwriter in Japan when I was 23, I always check what's going on with jazz music. So someday I would like to learn the jazz more. When I was 47, my dog, my mom, my friends passed away around that timing. So I was so, low key, and I started to think about the life is one time and limited. That's true. What else I didn't do in my life? I started to think about that. So, jazz. I missed jazz. So, in my career of entertainment world in Japan, sometimes successful, but some that's not successful. I became 47, still having power and energy, enthusiastic power. So, this is the right time to go. So I quit my office and record label, and I threw everything that I had. I came to America to enter the New School for Jazz University in New York. So, and after my graduation, I launched my own label, jazz label, and I released 6 albums.
I always wonder this. Why is jazz so big in Japan?
I think Japanese people mentality, once they take a like to music or book or movie, they're not going to throw it. They're not going to quit watching or listening. So very loyal, I mean. So there is still huge market of jazz, not only jazz, but also pop, rock, country music. Not that much country music, but, I am actually a very, big fan of Randy Newman. So if Randy Newman come to Japan, he can do a huge venue hall and a lot of Japanese people packed. So maybe I think Japanese people generally very, very loyal for music and movie like that, jazz as well.
When you were young, growing up, what was the first live show that you ever saw that really inspired you?
First show, I think the first show I saw was Salabon, because my dad worked for a newspaper company, so I got a complimentary ticket. Who is Salabon? So like that. But, that also coincidentally, because I am now jazz guy. So, yeah, that was incredible. Yeah.
You've been at this for a long time as both, jazz musician and a pop musician. What do you like the best about creating music?
First, I started my music as a pianist, classical music when I was 3. And I got a lot of influence from Billy Joel, like that, after when I was touch pop music when I was 12, 13 years old. At the same time, I started to composing Art Bacharach and Bill Evans, Thelonious Monk, of course, as a composer. And, a lot of music, not only jazz.
The one thing that's going to happen is we'll get back to live music. And I want to know what have you learned over these last 2 months or so of not being in a live environment?
Yeah, this is a very difficult question, but very good one. I think I started to think about that. The beginning of this pandemic, lockout life started. I quite enjoy sort of it because I have a lot of time for doing anything, creating music, practicing. Not only that, cooking, cleaning, feeding my dog, and playing together, reading book. And I start to learn how to create a short movie. So that was quite fun for a while. But I don't know why this is almost 2 months. I really feel hectic recently. Maybe, it's going to be over and we have to start second chapter of civilization after this pandemic. But, even though I found some ways to survive for that, remote performance through Instagram or something like that, that works. But, I still remember the energy, the powerful energy of people in a small hall been you. I play and the people listening instantly. So, yeah, I really miss that kind of human being power. So, maybe coming 3-4 years, we're not gonna come back to those days. So, how I can do music? How can I express myself through music? And is that okay for making money as a business job? You know, a lot of reality at the same time coming up in my brain. But one more thing, this is very important though for me, that life is going on. It's the same as my dad passed away. Life is simple but deep, so we have to go forward and also enjoy that one sound, one note. So maybe my basic is piano and not quite jazz, but you know, I am a big fan of jazz still till the end of my life. So I think my goal is a creation, best song. A lot of people love, and also I can play piano for people, and the people may be able to feel comfortable. I think very, very complicated, my feeling happening at the same time, but very simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. So, why do you love jazz?
A lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, a lot of gigs and festival already canceled. So I have nothing right now. In the last couple of days, I started to practice a little bit difficult scales and very technique for me. And I try to go up to a next level as a pianist as well. And also, I try to make some best jazz standard tune. So, it looks like a very tiny, but you know, it's making a line to the next level of my future. I think it could be something happen a little by little. So that's the ray of light for me. So, and also I really, really convinced how I is very important. So good food, eating well, sleeping well, smiling, laughing, and be calm. This is very, very important for music and life. And if I don't have a lot of money right now, maybe not bad. Some, you know, just in case some people might be able to support me, help me. And now already in America, government, you know, states try to help support musicians and also small company CEO like me. So I think the future looks like a little bit not clear, but we can conquer this difficulty and to the better lightful world. I believe it. I'm not going to lose my hope.
I agree. That's great. That's a great sound thought to end on. Hey, thank you for taking some time out for Neon Jazz today. This has been wonderful. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. This is some time to talk to you. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening and tuning into another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players in Japan, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Senri for his time, music, and stories. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com, and for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, Please support the arts and enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.